looking for a shadow that is not there anymore. I sift through the letters with the fading ink, checking every corner till I start to think that the wind might have carried your name away to a place where the memories are held at bay. My hands are reaching out for a missing hand, tracing ancient patterns in the shifting sand, searching mindless Palmer through the morning gray, finding only questions at the end of the day. Tell me, did you vanish like a vapor trail, leaving me to wander in a world so frail? Searching mindless Palmer where the river bends, hoping for a story that never really ends. Searching mindless Palmer where the river bends, hoping for a story that never really ends. Hidden in the tall green grass, watching all the heavy tears slowly pass. Or perhaps you turned into a different song, one I haven't learned yet, though I tried so long. The clock on the mantle has forgotten how to chime, and I am just a traveler out of step with time. I walk down the alley where the ghosts all meet, listening for the clicking of your shoes on the street. The merchant at the market says he hasn't seen your face since the winter turned the garden to a lonely space. So I keep on walking with a heavy, heavy load, counting every pebble on this broken road. Searching by this mama, never The sun is going down, but I will not sleep. I have promises to find and a soul to keep. Searching mindless Palmer through the morning gray, finding only questions at the end of the day. Searching mindless Palmer where the river bends, hoping for a story that never really ends. Searching mindless Palmer where the river bends, hoping for a story that never really ends. Searching mindless Palmer through the morning gray, finding only questions at the end of the day. Tell me, did you vanish like a vapor trail, leaving me to wander in a world so frail? Searching mindless Palmer where the river bends, hoping for a story that never really ends.
Copper railing where your fingers rest, white canvas snaps against the heavy breath of the east. We left the harbor clocks to rise beneath the pier, trading the solid ground for a glass of shifting beer. Captain leans into the tiller like a prayer unspoken, looking for a line on the water that remains unbroken. Miss Palmer watches the gulls carve circles in the gray, wondering if the shore ever had a single thing to say. Oh, the timber crones a melody for the wandering bone. Two shadows tracing a map that the deep has never known. No compass needle can find the fever in the blood. Just the sway of the cradle above the rising flood. We are light as the foam and heavy as the iron keel, lost in the spinning of the great blue wheel. A tune of ropes and weathered tar, searching for the ghost of a cold and distant star. Miss Palmer pulls her collar tight against the spray. The captain turns his head to watch the light decay. They are ghosts of the dockyards and saints of the swell, ringing the ocean like a hollow silver bell. They are sarken, cuts of scar through the belly of the tide, with nowhere to go and nowhere left to hide. Oh, the timber groans a melody for the wandering bone. Two shadows tracing a map that the deep has never known. No compass needle can find the fever in the blood. Just the sway of the cradle above the rising flood. We are light as the foam and heavy as the iron keel, lost in the spinning of the great blue wheel. Coffee cools beside your moving lips, a stream of syllables that never seems to slip. You map the history of every neighborhood. I try to catch the drift like any sailor would. The clock across the wall is losing every race to the marathon of lines across your tight face. You weave a tapestry of names I barely know, of where the cousins went and why the gardens grow. The laundry list of grievances and small delights, the way the sun behaved on long forgotten nights. Your voice is like a river carving out the stone, a monument of sound within this quiet home. Woman's talk and talk and talk and talk around the kitchen table and the garden walk, counting up the hours by the heavy grain, like a steady falling of the summer rain. Woman's talk and talk and talk and talk, unlocking every shadow with its silver alarm. There is a wisdom in the spinning of the yarn of who inherited the house and who the barn. The secrets passed along like heavy iron keys, the ancient remedies for every new disease. You fill the empty air until the rafters shake with every single promise that you didn't break. I watch the shadows lengthen on the wooden floor while you recall the hinges on your mother's door. The narrative is winding like a mountain path, dividing up the sorrow with the simple math. The words are just a blanket for the winter cold, a way of keeping hold of what the heart can hold. Woman's talk and talk and talk and talk around the kitchen table and the garden wall, counting up the hours by the heavy grain, like a steady falling of the summer rain. Woman's talk and talk and talk and talk, unlocking every saddle with the silver line. The coffee stains on the atlas turn to rust, looking for a reason in the desert dust. A tawny smile against a darker shade, calculating every single debt unpaid. The clock is spinning on a wooden floor, one face is love with the other is something more. I am the traveler with a heavy load, staring at the fork in the jagged road, between the honey curve of the brunette mouth and the midnight sirens calling further south. The choice is a blade in the palm of my hand, carving out a border in shifting sand. One holds the sunrise in a shallow glass, the other lets the entire galaxy pass. I am suspended in the amber light, between the copper day and the ebony night, between the honey curve of a brunette mouth and the midnight sirens calling further south. The choice is the blade in the palm of my hand, carving out a border and shift the sand. One holds the sunrise in a shallow glass, the other lets the entire galaxy pass. I am suspended in the amber light, between the copper day and the ebony night. One smells of cinnamon and winter rain, the other is a cure for a different pain. I see the obsidian skin against the sheets, while the chestnut heart in the hallway beats. There is no mouth for the hunger I feel, just the grinding sound of the iron wheel. The clock is ticking like a hammer blow, deciding where a desperate man should go. Between the honey curve of a brunette mouth and the midnight sirens calling further south. The choice is a blade in the palm of my
funny curve of a brunette mouth, and a midnight siren calling further south. The tricycle's a blade in the palm of my hand, carving out a border in the shifting sand. One holds the sunrise in a shallow glass, the other lets the entire galaxy pass. I am suspended in the everlight, between the chalkboard day and the ebony night. Tracing the map of a pulse unknown into the thicket where the heavy seeds are sown. Your breath is a heavy mist against the bark, a flicker of lightning striking in the dark. The canopy closes out the cooling sky, leaving only the hunger that we can't deny. The air is thick with the scent of the deep, awakening secrets that the root beds keep. Sexual lives in the jungle of your desire. A velvet flame setting the emerald wood on fire. Deeper we go where the tangled rivers run beneath the moon that burns brighter than the sun. Sexual lives in the jungle of your desire, feeding the heat as the golden vines climb higher. Sexual lives in the jungle of your desire. A velvet flame setting the emerald world on fire. Deeper we go where the tangled rivers run beneath the moon that burns brighter than the sun. Sexual lives in the jungle of your desire, feeding the heat as the golden vines climb higher. Quiet plains, only the rush of the monsoon in our veins. The orchids tremble at the touch of your mouth, a sudden storm blowing in from the south. The canopy closes out the cooling sky, leaving only the hunger that we can't deny. The air is thick with the scent of the deep, awakening secrets that the root beds keep. Sensual whips in the jungle of your desire. A velvet flame setting the emerald world on fire. Deeper we go where the tangled rivers run beneath the moon that burns brighter than the sun. Sexual lives in the jungle of your desire, feeling the heat as the golden vines climb higher. Sexual lives in the jungle The champagne corks have hit the ceiling tiles. The boaters gas their lot across the miles. You stand there glowing in the velvet light, the undisputed winner of the night. A title earned by grace and steady hands, now far away from all these weary lands. Pack up the ribbons and the silver lace. There is a map reflected in your face. The harbor master signaled from the pier. The only name he called was one I hear. Miss Palmer takes the deck and holds her own, a different kind of queen upon a throne. So congratulations, darling, for the prize. The ocean reflects the fire in your eyes. You are elected to the rolling swell, to bid the dusty town a long farewell. Sail with me where the salted cuts the bone, into the vast and deep and great unknown. The ballots are burnt and the speeches are done. We are chasing the arc of a dying sun. No more parades on the narrow paved street, just a floorboard swaying beneath our feet. You won the crown, now give it to the spray. The heavy anchors are lifting away. The rigging hums a tune you used to know before the season started in the show. The judge's gavel and the public stare are dissolved into the cold embracing air. Your sash is tangled in the iron lail as the canvas belly fills to tell the tale. I saw the numbers typed in black and white. The victory was settled by the light. The people wanted someone they could trust to leave behind the shadows and the rust. I am the captain and I am the crew, waiting for a passenger exactly like you. The ceremony ends at the water's edge, beyond the garden and the blooming hedge. The gangplank waits for a royal stride to meet the rising power of the So congratulations, darling, for the prize. The ocean reflects the fire.